Hey guys, it's Seeks97 and today I'm going to be showing you how to create a basic block in Minecraft. So the first thing we need to do is set up our mod_class file. I'll be creating a green block for this example, so a block that's green. It's just going to be a basic block and I'll show you all the things you put onto the information to make it basic. So that will be put in public class your name, extends base mod, and having two constructors, one called public string get version and returning a version of whatever inside speech marks, and then a public void load constructor for where we put our methods. So first we've got to declare this block, and to do that you put here, not inside any constructor, just the main one, you put public static final block with capital B, and then name it something, so I'll put green block equals new block, and put some brackets and semicolon. That's the actual block declared, ready for us to put information in, such as the ID, texture, and things called hardness, resistance, and light value, which I'll talk about later. So first we're going to add information inside this block bit here. So the first thing you need to put is ID, and the current highest ID you can have for Minecraft blocks is 255, and the highest declared block that's already been declared in Minecraft is, I think it's 140 something. So it's best to do IDs over 150, so I'll do 200 because that's between 150 and 255. Obviously if you use my mod called 4096 IDs, you can have 4096 block IDs as opposed to the current 255. Anyway, you put an ID in, comma, and then you need to put in a texture, and we're going to be doing a modloader.addOverride method in order to override the default texture with our own. So we go modloader.addOverride, and the first file 0, you want to put speech marks and put /terrain.png, and then in file 1 you want to take that out, put speech marks inside, put the directory of your block. So I'll be putting it inside a folder called new block, and then calling it green block.png, and then after that you put another comma, and the last thing you need to put in is a material, so type of material it would be. So I'll put material dot, and it should give you a list of all the materials you can have, and I'm going to just put iron. So this material sort of gives it the qualities of such as you can only mine it. So material.iron means you can only mine it with a pickaxe, and so it means you can't mine it with your hand, and if you do try to hit it with your hand, it'll just destroy it, won't return anything for you. So the next thing we need to do is something called hardness, and this is not like hardness in like if you can like mine it or not with a pickaxe or not. It's the speed at which you can mine it. So if the hardness is set to something high, then you'll need something like a diamond pickaxe to mine it at the same rate as a wooden pickaxe if the hardness was less. So the hardness is something like 1. Like if you think of it in terms of numbers, if it was 1, then it would probably use like a wooden pickaxe to mine it really quick. But if it was 5, a wooden pickaxe would take a long time, while a diamond pickaxe would be instant. And if it was something like 10 or 20, a diamond pickaxe would be take a long time, and a wood pickaxe would take like extremely long. So you're going to put here .setHardness, and inside pile 1 you want to change it to something F. So I'm going to put 3.0. Try to keep it as a decimal, so I'll put 3.0 and then a capital F, which is same hardness as diamond ore. Now we're going to do something else called .setResistance. So this is a resistance against explosions such as TNT explosions. So I'm going to put here .setResistance brackets, and then put pile 1 as a number, a decimal number, and then F followed it. So I'll put 5.0 F, and that is the same resistance, the same explosion resistance as diamond ore. The last thing we want to do is something called setLightValue, and that is the method that's mainly used for torches and glowstone, which are the ones that light up in the game. So you put here .setLight and then value, put brackets, and when it says pile 1 you want to change that to again another decimal with an F afterwards. So I'll put 0.0 F, which basically means it won't light up. Next thing we need to do is setBlockName. So we do .setBlockName and give it the name inside speech marks. So I'll just put green block. And then the very last thing you need to put on this line is setting it to go into a setCreative tab. So we put the end .setCreative tab, and inside the brackets take away what's in there and put creative tabs dot, and then choose one. So obviously I'll put it inside tab block. So that's that done, and the whole decoration of our block completely finished. So now we're going to move on to the method to put in public void load constructor, and first one's going to be one called modloader.registerBlock, which registers block to get to the game, because without that you wouldn't even be able to use the block in the game in any way possible. So you put here modloader.registerBlock, and then change this to the name of the block here, so green block, and end it with a semicolon. Next we want to do is add a inventory name, so we put modloader.addName. Change the first thing to the name of our block, so green block, and then the second thing after the comma in speech marks, the name it will be in the inventory, so I'll put green block 2.0 and end it with a semicolon. The very last method we need to put in here is the recipe, obviously, so how to craft it. So we're going to put here modloader.addRecipe, and then we're going to put one bracket and put new item stack, brackets again, and put inside these new brackets the block we're going to craft, which is green block, comma, and then the amount. So I'll put, let's say, actually put 1, comma at the very end, and put new object, and then 2 the square brackets and a curly bracket afterwards. And if you hit enter, it should automatically create the end one. Add a normal bracket after that and semicolon, so we end everything, and then between these 2 curly brackets we're going to add our recipe shape. So we're going to put speech marks, and I'm going to put XXX 3 times. So this basically means you fill the whole crafting bench with X, and now we're going to say inside apostrophes what X is. We put X in apostrophes, comma, and then put the block or the item it's going to be. So I'm going to put block dot cactus, which is a bit of an overpowered recipe, or underpowered even. It's like 9 whole cactus blocks to make 1 green block, and the green block doesn't even do anything, but oh well. So for the purpose of this we're going to be doing that. So that's that done, and our whole code completely finished. So this is the texture I've been going to use, which is just 16 by 16 PNG, which is just a green square with a dark green outline. Save that as greenblock.png, which is what I want it to be called, and then I put it inside the Eclipse client bin folder. And remember I said I want it to be inside a folder called new block, so I'll create a folder called new block, and inside there I put the greenblock.png texture. So now I've come over to the testing of this mod, and I've just got a world where I've spawned in a pickaxe and 64 cactus, or cacti even. So in the craft bench I'm just going to fill it with cacti, and it creates me a green block 2.0 with the texture I wanted. And obviously you can place it, and remember I said you can't destroy it with your hand, because you see it just does like really slow. But if I get my diamond pickaxe, it is extremely fast, because it can only be mined with pickaxes, and because the hardness was low compared to the strength of pickaxe, a diamond pickaxe even, it did it quite quick. So I can pick that up, and I could do that again and again. Thanks for watching this tutorial. If you liked it, please like the video. If you've got any more questions, put in the comment section below, and please subscribe to my channel, as that supports me very much. This code and the PSD and PNG file for the texture will be available for you to download, and there'll be a link in the description. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys next video.